Hello guys, we are back again here in the Imperator Rome series using the Terra Indomita mod, and this is our fourth episode. In the last episode we were able to finish our first war against Sabinia, and then Praeturia and Picentia joined. Okay, so now we have conquered both territories. Now, let's see. Well, we have already disbanded our levies, so that's great. We have a couple of notifications over here. Let's check how our things are doing. Okay, fort maintenance, we can reduce this. Now it's 320. Let's go down to 290. Fleet maintenance is at its minimum, which is okay because we are not using our fleet yet. We may use it when we are attacking Etruria over here, because they have a part of their country on Corsica. So we will need votes to get across, okay? So right now, let's check. For example, by conquering Sabinia, we gain control over this settlement, Amiternum, which is where their fort was and now is, and over this settlement of Trebula. This is a wood producing settlement, and this is also a wood producing settlement. Okay, both of them are inside of the Picenum province. Okay, which we also control. What it used to be Praeturia, and now it's just a settlement called Interamnia. Well, actually, Interamnia Praetorium. Okay, that's a long name. Okay, so these guys over here produce wine. Okay, which is good for reducing legion maintenance. Oh no, this is for the capital, which is not the capital. So this is good for local freeman happiness over here. Okay, and these are basically good. You know, the wood, if you have wood, we can have more complex boats being built here. These are the boats: Dexere, Tetrere, Octere. So these units can be produced here. In this province, I mean. And by gaining control of Picentia, what it used to be Picentia, now it's part of Rome, we have this city of Firmum Picenum, which produces wine. This produces grain, finally. That's a very important thing. And this territory produces vegetables. Okay, so we have two food. This is a settlement, this is also a settlement. So two settlements producing food. This one produces wine, this is also producing wine. But here we have a summary. 2 wood producing territories, 2 wine producing territories, 1 vegetables and 1 food. So this should be fine. Let's see how much food we actually need. But it's okay. I like to use this political map mode so we can actually see better what's part of our republic and what's not. These are all allied forces going back to their countries. And okay, let's go over the notifications we have here. This one is bad research ratio, and we can actually work on that. I want actually to, here in Latium, where we control 100% of the province, I would like to start building the first library, okay? Which is not that expensive. I mean, it's 53.6 and we have 339, which should still be enough to be able to call mercenaries in our war against Etruria. So I will start building our first library. You can actually build up to 3, I think. 3 is the maximum of libraries that you can have in the same territory, in same city in this case. So yes, let's build a library. Okay. I don't want to spend much more money because it's 275. The mercenaries are going to cost us 100, and then you have the maintenance. And although we have a surplus, which is, we can see it better here, it's only, well, here it says 1.19, but I know it's going to be higher. One thing that we can do, because it costs us money actually, is to destroy this fort, because it doesn't make sense. We already have a fort here, and now our borders are not these provinces anymore, but actually this. So that's why I think this fort makes sense, and this fort still makes sense. Not for too long, but I think it's still a good decision to have it. But this one doesn't make sense, so let's get rid of that fort. And remember, we had a cost of 2.90 with low fort maintenance, 2.90, and now it's gonna go down. Oops, sorry, wrong click. Here, right click. We destroyed the fort, so now we are not spending 2.90 anymore. We are now spending 2.16. So now we have a greater surplus of 1.93. This notification means that we have an unused trade routes in the capital. And that's right, we are using 9 out of 10. So let's go and choose another grain import route, because we are always, look at here, we run out of food, and that's why this notification is here. Pups are dying in the following territories, which are basically Latium territories in the Latium province. So yeah, let's import more grain from Massilia. Hopefully that helps. And yes, now we have a slightly bigger republic. These two are related to the food situation that we have in our hands. So now, what's the strategy moving forward? And by the way, I'm going to try to keep this video around 25-30 minutes, so I hope we can accomplish a few things in that time. So yes, what are our plans? Well, our plans are basically, like I mentioned in our last video, I'm waiting for Etruria to become an ally of Umbria, because we already have a claim on Umbria, like you can see over here in these yellow lines. So, sorry, this one. Yeah, we already have a claim on the Umbrian territories with these diagonal lines, yellow lines. We We also have a claim on Etruria, but remember, we started the game with a truce until 455, and we are just in 452. So we need to wait for that. But one way to get around that is if they are allied to Umbria, and we declare our war against Umbria, they will join, and we will be able to fight them and hopefully conquer them. And we are solving a very important obstacle that we have in our path to gain control over the Italian peninsula for ourselves. The first one of many, by the way. So yeah, we have a lot of work ahead of us. So let's unpause again the game and see what Destiny has for us. Okay, let's see. We are building the library. We will have one in 170 days. So that's nice. Let's see at the end of the month how the surplus is actually, what is the real surplus. Okay, we have a notification. Let's see. Osismia requests to import wine. So this is going to be our first export route. And the exports are much more profitable than the import routes. We will see that in a second. And I will show you where you can see that. So, okay, Osismia is over here, is very far away, so I don't have a problem them gaining wine. And just to check, from Picenum, and we had a surplus of wine. Yeah, so it's okay. I will accept. They will be paying 0.38, okay? Remember that, 0.38. Okay, now we have our first export route. And let's give a time. Now it's the next month, now it's March, and we have a 2.92, okay? And we have an event, so let's check that out. But first, I wanted to show you where you can see what I said regarding the price. You know, these are all import routes. And if you click here, you can check the exports. And the export is giving us 38 cents of 1 gold. So that's much larger than what we are gaining for each import route. 0.08, 0.29, because these are precious metals, which is very expensive. But as you can see, one export route is almost equal to 4 import routes. So that's very nice. That is going to help us to increase our surplus. And I don't remember if I said it at the beginning of this series, but at the beginning you have more income from taxes than from commerce, and that's going to change. And you will see eventually. So what is this event about? Rising from obscurity. Roman fortunes are rising. Over time, our republic has achieved both greater wealth and power. Traditionally, we have relied on the ability, valor, and dignity of our ancient and honorable families. But with rising fortune, there is also ample opportunity for new men of quality to rise beyond their birthright. Contacts certainly help when aspiring to join the elites. And there are certainly some families that the parties in our Senate would like us to favor. If we support a candidate endorsed by the parties, it is just as certain that this will upset the current balance of power in the Senate. Among those that aspire to greatness, there is also Lucius Voluminus Violens, a man who has achieved great power without the support of the parties, and who would jump at this opportunity to prove himself. So we have these 3 options to allow them to become a great family. Because now we are a regional power. we now have to choose which family is going to be among the other 3 great families that we saw at the beginning. So we can welcome us, actually, our family. We are playing as Publius Sempronius Sophus. So we can welcome him, and we will gain 15 approval from Optimates. How is our approval levels in the Senate? Sorry, this one. 53 from Optimates, 48 from Boni, and 65 from Popularis, which is the most important faction right now in the Senate. They own 50% of it. So, okay. Increasing approval from Optimates is not that important with this Senate, but things are going to change. Remember, every 5 years we will have an election. So it seems that right now the head of the Popularis and the governor of Magna Graecia, Marcus Claudius Corvus, is running ahead, and with Quintus Fabius Rullianus, which is part of our official positions, the Prefectus Militaris, and the head of the Fabi family. So, okay, that's one thing to consider. Then accept Gaius Junius Bubulgus, which is also our Tribunus Militum, and invite Sebastianus Castilianus Catus, which is... who is he, by the way? A character. But we will gain 15 approval from Boni. With Gaius Junius, we will gain 15 approval from Popularis, and this Lucius Voluminus Violence, we will be, okay, losing loyalty from everyone, basically. Yeah, no, that's not a good idea. But I'm going to choose us, okay? Let's welcome Publius Sempronius Sophus. Now we have a 4th great family. You can check that out here, show families, and you have the 4 great families of our republic: the Fabi, the Claudi, Corneli, and Semproni. Okay, having said that, you can check that with their other 3. We have 4 positions, and they are only requesting 2. But the Semproni are not happy. They are requesting 2 also, but they don't have anyone in any official position. So let's solve that problem. Okay, let's go over here and see. Maybe we have a Semproni which has a better religious stats. This has a 6. Let's see if we can improve. Here it's going to say, okay, this one is a member of the family and he has a 7. Okay, so that could be one choice. This one has an 8, and we already saw that the highest one was a 7. Let's go to the finesse, and oh, he has a 9. I don't think there's a higher one. Oh, we have a 9 actually. Okay, and this one has a 7. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, 7 to 9, that's a instant acceptance. Let's change him. Okay, we have a 9. Great. What else? We replace a Cornelius. Now they have 3 positions out of 2 that they are demanding. So let's see, who else? Maybe researchers? Who knows? We can have... which one has a low? Okay, this guy has a 70%, but he's a scholar. And the scholar can generate additional innovations if assigned to a research position. So it makes sense to have him. And he's the head of the Bonnie faction. So yeah, it's nice to have him employed. Claudius, okay, he's not a head of a family actually. So let's see. He has an 8 in martial. We have a 10. Okay, that's nice. We can actually progress faster with our martial innovation. Yes. Let's see. Now we are getting the next one in December 499. December 499, and with this guy we're gonna get it March 495. So we won 4 years by making this change. Okay. And now the Sempronius family is not scorned anymore. Okay. That's nice. So let's continue. Let's see the wealth of our console. We can sponsor games. Yes, we have more than 100. So let's sponsor games, and we are going to sponsor games in Roma, which is where we have the larger number of pubs. Okay? This is going to be our first games. Hopefully we're going to be able to actually sponsor more games. And the next one will have to be in provinces that, you know, happiness is lower. So right now we are sponsoring games here. Well, I didn't unpause yet, so probably it's not being shown. But wait a minute, we have our second export route, this time for wood from Picenum. I remember that we had a surplus. Yes, you can see that, a +1. This means we have a surplus there. And let's check, these guys are over here. So it's not and they are small, so they are not a problem for us. So we will accept. Remember, the previous one was 0.38. Now this one is 0.32. So both combined is 0.70 of additional revenue. So that's great. We need that. Right now we are 2.92. With this one, we're going to go to 3.2. So keep it coming. Accepting. Let's see. Okay, this city usually has a lot of unrest. Now it's only 2.08, 1.06, 3.35. Okay, this is high. Unhappy pops. Yeah, the next game we're gonna be sponsoring here in Canusium. Okay, because I think that in Campania we are okay, I think. Okay, 2.72 in this case. So we'll see. We'll see, yes. We don't have to make that decision right now. Let's see how the diplomatic relationship is. No, they are still not allied with Umbria. Come on, guys, make friends, make friends. Oh, they are now at war with Ancona. They're still at war with Ancona. Okay, interesting. And right now they are almost even. +1 for Umbria. So they are slightly winning that war. Okay. And actually we are okay with that because... Oh, they are sieging. They're trying to siege. This is a siege, right? This is... Oh, this is the Senones. Because the Senones are also at war with Ancona, I guess. Yes, correct. Ancona and Umbria. Because they are allies. Okay, one thing to consider. If we go against Umbria, we're going to go against the Senones too. Which I don't have a problem with that. They are a very small country. We're okay. And I think that probably... How long until we can raise the levies again? 452. June 9th. Okay, so it's closer. Next month we're going to be able to raise, and even if they are allied with Etruria or not, we're going after Umbria. Okay, so, and actually it's going to be against Umbria and the Senones, which is nice because we will be able to control this part too. Okay. Unruly subject. Whoop. This is happening with Carricinia, which is over here. Okay. That's not a good news, by the way. Under the guidance of Utavis Petitius, Carricinia has started questioning our leadership, and they have grown unruly. Now they have officially grown hostile to our rule and are starting to ask for their and other subjects' leaders to cut the bonds to Roma and start ruling themselves. That's not nice. Traitor. They will lose 30 opinion of Rome, and Rome will lose 20 opinion of Carricinia. Okay. Let's check how... Okay, it's over here. Okay, they had... And I think... No, they will still have a positive opinion of us, of 7. Now it's 37, but it's going to go down to 7. And we have a very high opinion of them, of 108, which will be 88. Okay, it's okay. We will try to handle the situation eventually. What we are going to do, guys, by the way, it's to start to improve our relationship with Marsia. Okay? So, relations actions, you can improve opinion. It's going to cost us 25 gold, which we're okay with that. I think, let me think. Yes, we are okay with that. Let's improve our opinion of Marsia, because we will going to eventually try to integrate our subjects to our republic. So, yeah, that's one thing to consider, okay? And now we are July 7th, and I think that now it's going to be a good time to end this episode, where I don't think that a lot has happened. I think we progressed in, a little of internal matters, and what we can do right now is actually declare on Umbria, declare war against them. Let me check. They are not allies with anyone but the Senones. They have a truce with Etruria until 457. Yes, no, it's too late. So I think what we're going to do, we can raise our levies right now. So we will raise all our levies, which will be more than enough, to fight them. I don't think they're going to present much of a fight, actually. Let's see. We will send this 3,000 over here so they can position in themselves to take this fort if it is available. How far away is the siege? Okay, it's 21. So we can probably wait until this siege is over and then declare war. So we can take this city too. This is a city, right? Yeah, city of Ancon. Okay, so that's one thing. They're going to be moving over here. And we are actually going to split our army in two. Split in half. And one regiment is going to this fort over here. And The other one, it's gonna come to Nepete over here. So let's unpause. Let's wait until the forces are actually in position. Okay, they are already there. They are getting there. And these guys, which are the ones traveling the most, will be there eventually. So we'll see. Now it's at 28. Oops. Hopefully another trade offer. Yes. But they want grain from Latium. And we are not trading grain. Remember that we have a food situation in Latium where right now we have a surplus of 48 because it's the summer months, it's July. But that's gonna be actually pretty bad for us because we only have 50. Now with this we'll have 98. Hopefully, I don't know, we're in a better position than last winter. Let's wait and see. Let's try to position us over here. This is on 28. Let's wait until hopefully it goes up until 42 or 35. We'll see. The library was built. Okay, now we have a higher research production. And we don't have the research inefficiency notification. We can come to technology. And now we have a 71% efficiency out of a maximum of 125. So hopefully this keeps growing. We will continue to build libraries in Latium. That will help. So hopefully, yes, that's going to improve. Okay. 42. Yes, let's wait one more tick. Let's wait one more tick. And we're going to declare war on Umbria. Just to make sure that, yes, they are not allied with Etruria yet. Okay, we have a government decision to make. Optimates agenda. Land for Aulus Cornelius. Okay, for this guy. He's our Tribunus Plebis. Okay? Enriching the elite is once again the agenda of the Optimates. This time, they have decided to gather around the head of the Corneli family, Aulus Cornelius. They claim that he deserves some land as a repayment for his excellent service to the Senate. The populares are loudly opposing the legislation as it looks like it will be public land that will be given to the Corneli family. I understand the concern, and I am not entirely I don't entirely agree with them, but I mean, this is our position. We have a 60%. Not that they need it, but they have our support nonetheless. So we will gain 20 approval from the Optimates. We will go up to 89. And we will give 4 holdings to our Tribunus Plebis. Okay? I mean, he's not a bad Tribunus Plebis. He has a 9, as you can see, for finesse down there. I don't know if I can actually... No. I thought I could lock this thing. Okay, yes. A finesse of 9. So it's not a bad Tribunus Plebis. But the thing is, if I say no, what is it with public that the Optimates do not understand? If I go against this, we're going to lose 50 approval from the Optimates. And it's going to come almost to 0 support. And we will be starting a war. And right now we have 61 support in a Senate. So we can't afford to lose that kind of support. So yeah, politics, you know. So let's give this guy 6 holdings that we can actually revoke down the road. So I'm not too concerned about that. So let's see if we can go, if they can actually end the siege. No. Unfortunately, that was not a good tick for us. So it's still in 42, hopefully the next one. One important thing to consider is that they have 8,000 troops, the Senones. So that makes me think about actually dividing these guys 8, 8, and 3. Because if one of them gets in contact with these 8,000 and additional troops from Umbria, we could be in trouble. So we will wait. First of all, we need to declare, and then we have to position ourselves, probably to start sieging this place that I think it has a fort. Abundant, produce. Okay, hopefully this is a good thing, guys. The provincial officials of Latium report that the district has seen an unprecedented harvest this year. Okay, that's positive. With great jubilations for the goddess of the harvest being held in settlements large and small. These extra, unexpected revenues could help bolster the food reserves of the province, which are very, very, very low. We saw that. They are at 151. It's not going to be enough for the winter. But then again, such a gift from the gods is surely intended to benefit the entire Roman people. So we have 4 options. Distribute the proceeds to the provincial granaries. The people of Aternum needed more, so we will... Aternum will get 200 food. Latium gets 200 food with the first one. The third one, we will shower the people of Roma with bread. We gain 15 popularity, but we also gain 1 tyranny. And we don't need the popularity, we have already 89. And the surplus will be put to good use, and we gain 15 gold. And we don't need gold either. So I'm going to distribute the proceeds to the provincial granaries. So they will gain 200 food, and they have 351. So now it's... I don't think it's going to be enough, by the way, but it's going to be better than having only 151. And they won the siege. So now the war should be, I guess, won by the Senones. Oops, what happened? No, they are still in war, at war. But this is occupied by Umbria. Okay, they have occupied. Okay. And how is the war going? It's a plus 100 for Umbria. You can see over here. So, yeah, the war should be finishing very soon. Let's wait for it. Yes, and now this is Umbria. Okay. So, I think it's time to put a cut in here. So, hopefully for the next episode, we will start this war. We will have to redeploy these troops, because we've seen an 8,000 regiment over there. So I think we need to consolidate our forces and go in strongly, ready to face, very high opposition. Or strong opposition, I mean. So, yes, so guys, like always, thank you for watching. We are continuing our path to conquer the Italian peninsula as our first target. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you the next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.